Hey crafters! So Eid is right around the corner, so it's time to wrap the gifts. I'm coming to you today not from the craft room but from the loft because there's finally some work happening in the craft room. You have to excuse me, I'm a little bit out of breath. There was a lot of boxes to carry up, a lot of stairs. The plan is today, all of these packages that I've been ordering over the month need to be gift wrapped. So I need to go through all the boxes, remind myself who each present was for, and then I will gift wrap them. Now, my gift wrap plan, given that Eid is in a few days, and to be honest, I really only have today to get this wrapping done, is that I'm going to just do a simple gift wrap on each of the boxes. I do have a couple of tutorials on the channel for how you can, elevate your gift wrapping, maybe in like, the origami Japanese style with nice pleats, or like a kimono type wrap. They are really cool. I love doing that kind of wrapping, but to be honest, I haven't got the time for that at the moment. So I'm gonna do just ordinary simple wrapping, but I do have a plan for how I'm going to glam up the presents once they're wrapped. So I will show you that when we get there. Sorry, my set designer, my mum, just came in to sort out the backdrop. We couldn't get the lamp, where is it? Why can't I see it? Oh, there. Couldn't get the lamp to turn on, whatever. Also, did you notice that I am in my Eid clothes? I thought, we're wrapping Eid gifts, may as well glam it up. Since you guys are here watching a video about gift wrapping, you probably know a little bit about good practices when it comes to gift wrap. But just in case not, one key secret I'm going to share with you today, obviously you need a good sharp pair of scissors, is this beauty. You cannot wrap gifts without double-sided tape. We don't want any exposed tape, people, okay? So, double-sided tape, go and get some. So yeah, I think what we need now is probably a gift sorting and wrapping montage. You ready? Okay, I'm just going to make a note who each gift is for. Why do these boxes have to be so hard to open? So this is exciting. I got my daughter a Ludo set. My mum became obsessed with it after she went to Pakistan and all my cousins were playing the app. And so then she got my daughter into it. So she's now gonna have a non-screen version of it. That's insane. This box is tiny, but there's an inflatable pool in here. And it's quite big size when it's inflated. That's crazy. Also, guys, do not throw away the packaging that comes inside your boxes. You can definitely reuse this. I'm thinking I might even use vinyl scraps to decorate it somehow. It doesn't have to be boring. Check it out! Two little boxes! The kids love stamping on these, so I'm gonna take those home for them. Oh, and bubble wrap! Yay! I'm really excited about the next thing that's coming out of this box. It is like a wooden ice cream set. My niece already has one of these and my kids love playing with it. So I got one for my son and then another one for my nephew. I honestly haven't got a clue what's in here. Literally, no idea. Okay, so it's a brain box, like memory game. Do you know what? I actually can't remember who I bought this for. Oh my goodness, guys. It's so beautiful. I think I could cry. It's a cheese board. I don't want to give this away as a gift. I want to keep this forever. This really seems unnecessary. It's literally just a box in a box. I mean... Alright, this one we're pretty excited for. My sister-in-law, so my husband's sister, she has been planning to set up a like an outdoor cinema, like tent in her garden. So we thought, all right, well, if we're gonna do that, you need a popcorn machine. And it needs to be this old school style. I should really warn the family not to watch this video before Eid, right? More pillow box thingy-majiggies! And this is really lovely. It's I guess like a chips and dip platter. Okay, so that's all the main things unpacked and sorted into piles by family. I do have a few other small bits for the kids, little pieces that I picked up in Tiger. Tiger is amazing for, you know, the little gifts, you know, like stocking fillers equivalent. So I bought these calendar like blocks in Tiger. Basically all my nephews and nieces are age 5 and younger, so this will help them be aware of the date. But to like make it extra special, I personalized it with a vinyl sticker on the Cricut machine. Isn't that cool? Okay, let's get wrapping. I might tilt the camera down a bit so you guys can see what's going on. But also, I need to show you one thing first. Oh man, look at how much wasted packaging there is. I'm gonna have to find ways to reuse that. Try not to throw it away and obviously recycle whatever I can. Okay, let's get wrapping. I like to do the easiest things first. So I'm gonna get everything that is already in a nice box and wrap that up first. Stuff like this, I might not put it back in this box. I might just use like the tissue paper that has come out of the packaging and wrap it like that. Yeah, I mean, I think overall, if I've got some really nice and neatly packed presents, some that are just in tissue paper, it's not such a big deal, is it? Okay, so let's set it up so you can see what I'm doing. So the plain craft wrap that I've got, I do not think is long enough for this box. I mean, it's clearly not. So I'm going to use this one, but I might actually just use the inside of it and not the pattern side because I want a plain brown paper finish to it. So the first thing that I do is measure out how much I need. So what I'm gonna do is bring up the wrapping paper to about halfway on the box. You know what? So what I would normally do is measure about halfway on both sides and then cut, but there's actually not much left in terms of excess on this one to cut off. So I'm just going to wrap it using this bit that's left. Alright, so I've just used an easy peel, like less sticky tape to attach the paper to the actual box of the present. And then this other side here, this is where I will use the double-sided tape. So there is the double-sided tape. One trick I like to use is I put it on, but I peel away just one little side of it, of the backing paper. And that way when I align it onto the present, I won't accidentally kind of stick it down because all of the tape is exposed. I can get it right in place and then peel this away. Pull it nice and tight. And there we go. That is such an awesome little trick for double-sided tape. So now I'll just do the ends. What you do is you bring in the sides. Can you see what I'm doing there? Folding this side in. Same on the other end. And that creates little triangles, top and bottom. Okay, so can you see there? Now this one is going to be hidden, so I'm just going to tape it down just with some tape, and then I'll show you what I'll do with this. I'm just pushing in on the end there. What I will do to get a neat edge is I'm going to fold this in. So can you see I've got a straight edge there now? Can you see that? Got a nice straight edge. And here is where you need to use double-sided tape. Okay, the wrapping is done. Probably took me about an hour. I ran out of the craft paper, so I had to bring in some of this silvery stuff that I actually picked up at IKEA. Okay, so I like this paper from IKEA because it's cheap, and because it's cheap, it's very thin, and that's easier to kind of mold around your gift. It doesn't look fantastic on here because this is wrapping up like a shirt that's not in a box, but around a box, this kind of wrapping looks really neat on the edges. If I can give you guys one piece of advice, aside from making sure you have double-sided tape, that is, do not sit down and try and wrap all your gifts in one sitting because it's painful and you end up cutting corners. I have a few areas of exposed tape, and one gift It even has a patch of wrapping paper because this bit I cut was not quite large enough. These are the kind of things that I know I wouldn't do if I sat down and lovingly wrapped each gift on its own and not in like a mad rush to get it finished. So let me show you now what it is I plan to do to, I mean, this is fine, I could give it like this, but I want to make it something a bit more special. So here's my plan. Twine, first of all. And then I have cut on the Cricut Maker some really lovely stars and moon shapes. The idea is to string a few of them and wrap it around the gift. I do need to now go and get the machine and cut a few more of these because that's all I've got for now. So there's exciting stuff happening in the craft room right now. My dad is fitting wardrobes, so exciting. So I'm gonna have to get the maker out of there and probably bring it up here to the loft. More climbing of stairs to cut the last of the decorations that I want to make, and maybe also gift tags. I have in a hidden place written each person's name on the gift so I know who it's for, but I might make some gift tags. So why don't I go and get the maker? Okay, I am back. The maker is now in the loft with me. So I'm going to cut more of these star shapes. I'm using for these the official Cricut glitter cardstock in the pastel range. So I'll probably just cut one, as many as I can fit on one 12 by 12 sheet of the blue. And the reason I don't need too many is what I wanted to show you. So I also, this year for my Eid decoration, made some bunting in the same glitter cardstock. And actually, I ended up not using like half of it. So I could definitely use these on my gift wrap. Definitely, when you cut a glitter cardstock on the maker, use the glitter cardstock setting. It applies more pressure and I've noticed it cuts twice. So that means you get a nice clean cut. I'm also going to be using the scoring wheel. I used to use the stylus, but I recently received the wheel as part of my Cricut Crew membership. So this is what it looks like. And if you do have this, I think this works better than the stylus. If you use the single wheel one, and what I'm going to do is get the score lines to run twice. I will load everything as normal and get the machine to, it does score lines first and then it will cut out the shape of the star. And then it will ask me to unload. But instead of unloading, I'm going to press the C button, which would usually start a cut. And then that will automatically make it restart the whole thing. And so I'll have to swap the blade back in. So take the fine point out, put the score one back in, and then it will do the score lines again. And once that's finished, then I can unload. And I should get some really neat score lines. Okay, the machine is loaded. I have loaded up the single scoring wheel, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start the make it process. So while we wait for the next set of stars to cut, let me show you how you fold them. So you can see, this is what it looks like when it's done. These folds here, which are kind of pointing upwards, that top line, that's called a mountain fold. And then these inside ones, which you can see kind of downwards, that's called a valley fold. If you get a star that's not been folded, along these lines here, the longer ones, they're going to be mountain folds. So fold down to create the top of the mountain. Do that all the way around. So those are all my mountain folds done. Now I need to do the valleys. For those, I find it easier to sort of bring two sides of the star together, like this. And then just bring the next two sides together. And there you go. The machine has finished doing the cut. It first did the score and then I swapped the blade for the fine point blade for it to cut. So it's ready to go and come out, but what I'm going to do instead is take the fine point blade back out, put in the scoring wheel once more, and then the button that's flashing right now is the arrow unload button. I'm going to ignore that button and press the C button. And on my computer now I can see that it's kind of reloading the whole cut. So it wants to make sure that I've got the scoring wheel in, which I do, so I can press C again. And the reason I do it twice is because it's glitter cardstock, and I just want, you know, that's quite a tough, thick cardstock, and I don't want to have any trouble with my score lines and the folding of the stars, so I do it twice. I've also set my pressure in Design Space to more on the Make It screen. So just some tips for you guys to try if you're working with glitter cardstock. These should hopefully help you get neater results with it. That second pass is now finished. I just want to show you, first of all, how to take the cardstock off the mat, turn it upside down, and peel your mat backwards. And this way, you shouldn't get curling in your cardstock. And can you see the score lines on this glitter cardstock are, they're so deep, like you can really see them. I can feel them when I rub my nail over them. You can see they're so easy to fold as well. Okay, so now I'm getting the machine to cut out some more of the moons, and after that I'm going to do some gift tags. What I'll do for you guys is I will create a project in Design Space, and I will put a link for it in the description below so that you can easily find this star image and the moon that I've used, and also the gift tag if you want to. I just want to show you how I'm going to wrap the presents. So let's start with getting the string. I think what I want to do is to wrap it around twice. And then I'll probably just put stars on one of these strings, but just have the other one to kind of give a nice look. So then I just need to make sure that on the back I leave enough string so that I can tie it up. So might cut around here somewhere. For this kind of twine, you need a really good sharp pair of scissors. All right, let's thread maybe a star, then a moon, then one more star. So I'm just going to tie a knot on the back side. Just the same way as I would do my shoelaces. And then just kind of spread them out a bit. Doesn't that look so classy, guys? I love it, love it. So, let me finish this off for the rest.
Much later.
And we're done. Thank you so much, guys, for wrapping some Eid gifts with me today. I honestly cannot wait for Eid to come because I'm so excited to give these gifts to my family. If you're looking for some other ideas on how you could wrap gifts, then check out this playlist that I will put up for you here with some other ideas on wrapping and gift boxes. Wishing all of you a very blessed Eid, and until the next video, happy crafting.